settlers, why does it make a difference that you're a settler? No, it isn't that we just first come, first serve. No, it's that settlers created this country. It wasn't here. And yeah, a lot of things change when we bring in particularly such large numbers. I mean, there's a reason that the main immigration restrictionist group in the country is called Numbers USA, not, Mexicans suck USA. It's that we do need to assimilate people to this wonderful country.
The crowd shifted and it happened fast. What started as a lively exchange quickly escalated into a heated clash, where Ann Kasparian found herself completely outmatched. Ann Coulter, known for her unapologetic style and sharp logic, delivered a performance that didn't just challenge Anna's arguments, it dismantled them. As the debate unfolded, the energy in the room clearly began to change. What began as a balanced audience slowly leaned more and more in Coulter's favor. Each of her biting rebuttals drew applause, while Anna was increasingly forced to play defense. This wasn't just a debate, it was a full-on collision of two opposing worldviews, and only one stood its ground. If you appreciate straightforward political showdowns, or want to see raw emotion go head-to-head with cold logic, this is something you'll want to see. We're breaking down every key moment, each crowd reaction, and Coulter's sharpest strikes. Buckle up.
Would America benefit from limiting or eliminating immigrants?
Well, I mean, I think it makes sense to limit immigrants. We do have, our resources are not, they're finite. So, of course, it makes sense to limit.
But just culturally, because we've done the financial economic part.
Look, I'm not afraid of different cultures, right? I'm not afraid of people speaking Spanish. It doesn't get me emotional. It doesn't make me feel scared. And I know that there are some people who feel afraid of that happening.
From the outset, Ann Kasparian appeared more interested in winning over the crowd than in presenting solid arguments. But here's the real question. What does America actually gain from war or immigration? Whether legal or illegal, what are the measurable benefits? Anna gave her usual responses. Immigrants support the economy, perform essential work, and pay taxes. We've all heard that before. But if that's entirely true, why is the economy still so unstable despite record-breaking immigration levels? If immigration were truly a guaranteed path to prosperity, wouldn't we already be thriving? The reality is that the idea that immigration automatically equals economic growth is overly simplistic and often misleading. And as for Anna's emotional remark about not minding hearing Spanish in public, that misses the point. No one is outraged by bilingual signs in grocery stores. The real issue arises when assimilation fails, when communities evolve without integration. People notice, and they have every right to raise concerns.
My parents are immigrants. My dad was born in Syria, my mom was born in Armenia, I was born here in Los Angeles, and nothing makes me happier than seeing different cultural, different heritages all around me. And for some reason, there's this fear on the right in regard to different cultures. I know that you, Anne, have spoken extensively about, oh my God, English is no longer going to be the main language in the United States. That's not true. That's not true. And besides which, why does it make you so uncomfortable to hear people speak Spanish, right? And then you also refer to your own family members as settlers. Well, okay, so they got the luck of the draw and they were able to come into this country and settle without, people discriminating against them and stopping them from doing so. But who are we to say, oh, Mexicans can't come in because, as you say, you think they're peasants? I don't think they're peasants. I actually think that they enrich this country with their culture.
Anna's overall argument could be summed up as, who are we to tell others they can't come in? Coulter's reply was sharp. We are the citizens of this country. We built it, we maintain it, and we absolutely have the right to decide who joins us. That's what national sovereignty is all about. Despite its flaws, the United States remains the most sought-after country on Earth. Whether it's the vast opportunities in Texas or the tech-driven hustle of Silicon Valley, the choices here are unmatched. But that doesn't mean we should throw the gates wide open. Immigration enforcement isn't heartless, it's a basic act of national survival. Ask any functioning country, secure borders are essential. The US has simply become too attractive not to set boundaries, ignoring that only threatens the very qualities that make this nation special.
We're going to get 3 questions. First of all, this sneering mocking of Americans who suddenly wake up one day and find out no one is speaking English in their neighborhoods, I think is extremely elitist and snooty. I'm quite sure you all wouldn't like it if your kids came home from school and they sounded like Sarah Palin. I think that would be a cultural shock for you. Certainly in California, most of the neighborhoods that have gone all Hispanic are black neighborhoods, and not through casual movement. One of the ways our culture changes with immigration, both legal and illegal, is there is not a lot of tolerance, as much tolerance as Americans have. You have black gangs, or rather Hispanic gangs, going into the black neighborhoods, screaming epithets, throwing bottles at their houses. The LA Times has written this up extensively. So I think it's very sneering and mocking of you to be referring to mostly African American and other immigrant neighborhoods that suddenly aren't speaking English, and oh, they're afraid of Spanish. No, they think that their kids shouldn't be turned away from a job at McDonald's because they don't speak Spanish. That was one witness.
At one point, Anna laughed off one of Coulter's core arguments and, in doing so, revealed just how out of touch she is with the real concerns of everyday Americans. Imagine living in a town that has become primarily Spanish-speaking. If your child doesn't speak Spanish, they might lose out on job opportunities in their own hometown. Is that an unreasonable fear? Not at all. It's basic economics. Employers want people they can communicate with. Cultural shifts caused by unchecked immigration go far beyond language. They affect communities, schools, job markets, and everyday life. When people express those concerns, brushing them off with a smug laugh isn't clever, it's condescending. This isn't about hatred or xenophobia, it's about practical reality. And Coulter made that point crystal clear.
A black guy from Los Angeles. Settlers, why does it make a difference that you're a settler? No, it isn't that we just first come, first serve. No, it's that settlers created this country. It wasn't here. And yeah, a lot of things change when we bring in particularly such large numbers. I mean, there's a reason that the main immigration restrictionist group in the country is called Numbers USA, not, Mexicans suck USA. It's that we do need to assimilate people to this wonderful country of ours, where we do learn to be tolerant and not practice racism or anti-Semitism and respect one another.
By the end of the debate, the audience wasn't just leaning toward Ann Coulter, they were fully behind her. Why? Because she brought facts, logic, and a grounded understanding of how immigration affects people at the grassroots level. Ann Kasparian, on the other hand, relied too heavily on emotional narratives and lofty ideals. It simply didn't resonate. The crowd saw right through it. They came looking for substance, and Coulter delivered. So what did you think? Wasn't Coulter's direct, fact-based approach more convincing? Or did Anna raise any points that held weight?
So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.